गुड इवनिंग। ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर है? एक बार हिंट दें। यस। मनीष कुमार, अग्रसर विकास। क्लियर? क्लियर? ऑडियो वीडियो क्लियर है? मनीष, यस, ओके। सौम्या कुमारी। Now we have already completed Nyaya Vaisheshika philosophy. Now see Mimamsa. Mimamsa. Mimamsa philosophy, theory of knowledge is prescribed. Means epistemology. Only theory of knowledge, no metaphysics. Epistemology. And what are the different important aspects of theory of knowledge? First one is source of valid knowledge. First one is source of valid knowledge. Source of valid knowledge means pramana. A lot of discussion regarding pramana. Regarding source of valid knowledge, the founder of Mimamsa, Jaimini accepted 3, Prabhakar 5, Kumaril Bhatt 6. 6 pramanas are accepted by Kumaril Bhatt. Must be aware. Jaimini has accepted only 3 sources of valid knowledge: perception, inference, and verbal testimony. Prabhakar has accepted 5. Kumaril Bhatt has accepted 6. So, source of valid knowledge. Second one is validity of knowledge. A lot of discussion regarding validity of knowledge. Regarding validity of knowledge, they have accepted intrinsic validity. Intrinsic validity. Theory of intrinsic validity means स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद. स्वतः प्रामाण्य, intrinsic validity, and extrinsic invalidity. Extrinsic invalidity. Invalidity. Intrinsic validity and extrinsic invalidity. Regarding validity of this one is theory of knowledge. Source of valid knowledge, validity of knowledge. Third, relation between knower and knowable. The relation between knower and knowable. And regarding knowable relationship, they have supported realism. Realism. Regarding knowable relationship. Realism means knowable exists outside and independent from knower. Clear? These are some important aspects of theory of knowledge. Source of knowledge, validity of knowledge, relation between knower and knowable, nature of knowledge, etc. Fourth one is nature of knowledge. Note down. This one is the topic prescribed in our syllabus. Only theory of knowledge is written. In theory of knowledge, we are going to discuss source of valid knowledge. Jaimini 3, Prabhakar 5, Kumaril Bhatt. Total 6 pramanas are accepted by Mimamskas. A lot of discussion regarding this one. Validity of knowledge. How validity of our knowledge is decided? Regarding validity of knowledge, they have accepted intrinsic validity and extrinsic invalidity. Must be aware. I will discuss this one in detail. Relation between knower and knowable. Realism is accepted by them. Nature of knowledge, etc. Features of knowledge. These are the parts of this theory of knowledge. The point of Mimamsa philosophy is basically Jaimini. Jaimini is the proponent of, and two great supporters of These philosophies, first one is Prabhakar and second one is Kumaril Bhatt. Two great supporters, Prabhakar and Kumaril Bhatt. Prabhakar Mimamsa and Bhatt Mimamsa. Note down. Kumaril Bhatt and clear. Germany. Two great supporters, or those who explained Germany Sutra, Prabhakar and Kumaril Bhatt. Okay. Mimamsa and Mimamsa. Must be aware. Mimamsa and Vedanta. Note down. Mimamsa and Vedanta. Both are Vedic philosophy. Mimamsa and Vedanta both are Vedic philosophy. They are basically based on Vedas. They are basically based on Vedas. Note down some other aspects. It's orthodox philosophy. Orthodox means accepted validity of Vedas. Mimamsa have accepted validity of Vedas. Mimamsa have accepted validity of Vedas are valid. But they are atheist. They are atheist, must be aware. Veda, according to them, Vedas are not the statement of God. Vedas are intrinsically valid, note down. Vedas are intrinsically valid. Intrinsically valid means valid from the very beginning. Vedas are valid from their very beginning. Nyaya Vaisheshika philosophy, validity of Vedas depends on God. Vedas are valid since it is written by God. Nyaya philosophy, but here Vedas are valid from the very beginning. Vedas are source of valid knowledge. Vedas are valid from their very beginning. Must be. Vedas are, Mimamsa is also known as Purva Mimamsa. In which sense? Must be aware. See, if you will see the development of Vedic philosophy, Veda means knowledge. Veda means knowledge. Yeah. If you development of Vedic literature, you will find, first of all, Sanhita. After that, you will find Brahmana literature, Brahmana, Tatpat Brahmana, Gopat Brahmana, etc. Sanhita, Brahmana, Aranyak, after that Aranyak. And last one is Upanishads. Upanishad. Must be aware, Upanishads are the last part of Veda. Last part of Veda. That's why Upanishads are called total 108 Upanishads are there. It is said last part of Veda. So these Upanishads are called Vedanta. Vedanta means end of Vedas. Last part of Vedas or end of Vedas. If you will see development of Vedic literature, ultimately you will find Upanishad. Upanishads are accepted as end of Vedas. So Upanishads are called Vedanta. And philosophical systems which are based on Upanishads are known as Vedantic philosophy, Vedanta philosophy. All those philosophies which are based on basically on Upanishads, they are known as Vedantic philosophy. So Vedanta philosophy means those who are based on end of Vedas. End of Vedas is basically Upanishads. So for example, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, all are Vedantic philosophies. Since they are basically based on last part of Vedas, that is Upanishad. And in this part, initial aspect of Vedas, much more emphasis on this one is earlier part. And here much more emphasis on rituals, karmas. In Sanhita and Brahmanas, a lot of emphasis on rituals. This was the earlier part of Vedas. So Mimamsa philosophy is basically based on this one, Mimamsa. Mimamsa and Vedanta both are based on Vedas. Mimamsa philosophy is based on earlier parts of Vedas, that is Sanhita and Brahmaraj, where much more emphasis on rituals. That's why Mimamskas are also known as early Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, or Karma Mimamsa, Karma Mimamsa. Mimamsa philosophy is also known as Purva Mimamsa or Karma Mimamsa. Must be aware. Why Karma Mimamsa? Since Mimamskas are based on Sanhita and Brahmaraj, where rituals, much more emphasis on rituals and karma. That's why Mimamsa philosophy is also known as Karma Mimamsa. Mimamsa philosophy is also known as Purva Mimamsa. Purva matlab pahle. Pahle means Mimamsa is basically based on the earlier parts of Vedas. What are the earlier parts? Sanhita and Brahmaraj. What are the last part of Vedas? End of Vedas, Upanishads. So philosophical systems which are based on Vedas are known as Upanishads are known as Vedanta. Ved ant. Ved ka ant kahan pe? Upanishads are called Vedanta. So philosophical systems which are basically based on Upanishads are known as Vedantic philosophy. Must be aware. Forever. Vedanta doesn't mean only Shankaracharya's Vedanta. Different forms of Vedantic philosophies. Next topic I will discuss. Shankaracharya is one of them. Advait Vedant, Vishishtadvait Vedant, Dvaitavait Vedant, all are Vedant. Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Vallabhacharya, all are basically based on Upanishadic philosophy. That's why they are called Vedantic philosophy. 5 important schools in Vedanta I will discuss. Mimamsa and Vedanta, Mimamsa plus Vedanta, both are basically based on Vedas. Must be. Mimamskas are based on earlier parts of Vedas. That's why it is called Purva Mimamsa. Earlier parts, much more emphasis on rituals. That's why it is also known as Karma Mimamsa. Mimamsa philosophy is also known as Karma Mimamsa or Purva Mimamsa. And Vedanta is also known as later Mimamsa, Uttar Mimamsa, Uttar Mimamsa. This one is called Vedanta is known as Uttar Mimamsa since it is based on last part of Vedas. And Mimamsa philosophy itself is called Purva, or if Purva Mimamsa is used, it means you are in Mimamsa philosophy. Karma Mimamsa means Mimamsa philosophy. Must be aware. Clear? Clear? They are literature, Brahman literature, Satpat Brahma, Gopath Brahma. These are the names of some books. If you will see the development of Vedic literature, first of all, Sahitas are written. Rik Sahita, Riju Sahita, Sam Sahita, etc. After that, you will find Brahmaraj. After that, find Aranyak. Finally, you will find Upanishads. So, Upanishads are the last part of Vedas, Vedic literature. First of all, Sahitas were written. Sahita, Rik Sahita, etc. Clear? After that, Brahmana, different Brahma Granth, example Satpath Brahma, Gopath Brahma, etc. After that, Aranyakaj, and last one is Upanishads. Upanishads are the last part of Vedas. Upanishads are known as end of Vedas. Upanishads are called Vedanta. Upanishads are called Vedanta. So philosophical systems which are based on basically on Upanishads are called Vedantic philosophy. Which philosophy is Vedantic philosophy? Which is basically based on Upanishads. And Upanishads are called Vedanta. Why? Vedanta means end of Veda. End of Veda kahan pe? Upanishad mein. Philosophical systems which are basically, finally based on Upanishads are known as Vedanta philosophy. ठंडा क्लियर होना चाहिए, क्रिस्टल क्लियर हो जाए, एकदम सिंपलेस्ट वर्ड में मैं बता रहा हूँ, सिंपल एकदम तरीके से. क्लियर? Mimamsa is a completely Vedic philosophy. Mimamsa is basically based on Vedas. And here Vedas are accepted as eternal. Vedas are accepted as eternal. Vedas are accepted as beginningless. eternal. Vedas are intrinsically valid. Intrinsically valid means valid from the very beginning. Valid from the very beginning. Vedas are called apaurushaya. Apaurushaya. It is called, Vedas are called apaurushaya. In Mimamsa philosophy, it is called apaurushaya. Apaurushaya is a technical term of Parushaya. It is neither written by God, apaurushaya means neither written by God. It's not the statement of God. Mimamsa philosophy, atheist. Although accepted Vedas, but not accepted God, atheist. Basically atheist. They have denied God. Neither written by God, nor it is written by, nor it is a creation of human beings. Vedas are true from the very beginning. Valid from the very beginning. True from the very beginning. Validity of Vedas doesn't depend on anything. Valid or true from the very beginning. They are eternal, beginningless. Vedas are eternal, beginningless, intrinsically valid. एक बार go through करो, note करो. Vedas neither a statement of God nor creation of any human beings. It's a basically Vedas are accepted mere compilation by our scholars, our Rishi and Muni. They have just compiled this one. It's not a creation. It's a compilation. It's not basically, it's a Vedas, you will find discovered truths are collected here. Discovered truths. It's not a creation of someone. Vedas are not a creation of someone. It is not a creation. Vedas किसी का क्रिएशन नहीं है. किसी ने उसको राइटिंग नहीं किया जो उसका अपना राइटिंग हो, क्रिएशन. वेदास आर इटर्नल सोर्स ऑफ वैलिड नॉलेज. तो अलग हटके थॉट है वेदास के बारे में. See, if you will see the condition of Newton, before Newton also theory of gravity was true. This one was true, gravity theory, this theory of gravity was true before Newton also. It was true from the very beginning. This truth was discovered by Newton, basically discovered, not invented. This truth was discovered by Newton, although it was true from the very beginning. It's not a creation of Newton. Same way, what is discussed in Vedas that are true from the very beginning, valid from very beginning. They are eternal, beginningless. You can't say on particular point of time this theory of gravity was started. ये शुरू से ही ट्रू था. And at one point of time it was discovered by Newton. Same way, Vedas are collection of discovered truths. जो हमारे after doing a lot of effort, our Rishi and Munis finally find out those truths and they are compiled in Vedas. So Vedas are not creation of any human beings. Neither creation of human beings nor a statement of God. It's a mere compilation of discovered truth. किसने खोजा? ऋषि मुनियों ने खोजा. And what is said in Vedas, they are valid from their very beginning. They are called apaurushaya. It's a technical term, apaurushaya. They are called apaurushaya. In Mimamsa philosophy, Vedas are playing very, very important role. And Vedas are part of verbal testimony, Sabda Pramana. Vedas are basically based on Mimamskas are basically based on Vedas. And Vedas are one form of Sabda Pramana. In Mimamsa philosophy, Sabda Pramana plays pivotal role, most important role. Which Pramana? Sabda Pramana. Since Vedas are part of Sabda, Vedic statements, they are part of Sabda. and Mimamsa is basically based on Vedas. And their Vedas are eternal, beginningless, valid, true from the very beginning, अपौरुषेय. किसी का क्रिएशन नहीं है. जैसे वेन ए राइटर, कोई राइटर कोई बुक को राइट करता है, हम कहते हैं उसका क्रिएशन है ये. इट्स ए क्रिएशन ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर राइटर. राइटर ने, ये तो डिस्कवर्ड ट्रूथ है जिसको हमारे ऋषि मुनियों ने आफ्टर डूइंग ए लॉट ऑफ एफर्ट दे फाइंड आउट दोस ट्रूथ्स एंड जस्ट कलेक्टेड दैट एट वन प्लेस. नॉट क्रिएशन ऑफ एनी पर्टिकुलर पर्सन. इज इट क्लियर? पहले बोलो. इज इट क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? पहले बोलो सारे लोग. बोलो सारे लोग. इज इट क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? सौम्या कुमारी, मनीष, विकास, अग्रसर. इट शुड बी क्लियर. See the question. 2012. Why does Mimamsa give utmost importance to Sabda Pramana? ध्यान रखना. Why does Mimamsa give utmost importance to Sabda Pramana? Since Mimamsakas are basically based on Vedas, and Vedas are basically part of Sabda Pramana. Mimamsa is a completely Vedic philosophy, basically based on Vedas. And Vedas are themselves are part of whom? Not perception, not inference, not Upman, it's a part of Sabda Pramana. Is it anything to do with Vedas? Yes. Vedas are part of Sabda Pramana. And here Vedas are accepted as Vedic statements are accepted as intrinsically valid. Vedic statements are true from the very beginning. Validity of Vedas doesn't depend on anything. Nyaya philosophy, Vedic statements are valid since it is written by God. Extrinsic validity is accepted by Nyayikas. Here, intrinsic, valid from the very beginning. कल्मिनेशन है ना वेदांत, लास्ट पार्ट है ना उसका. पॉसिबल टू आस्क. Even Shruti means Vedas. Here, explain Prabhakara Mimamsa argument for accepting Shruti as a Pramana. Shruti means Vedas. Note down, Shruti means Vedas. Vedas are accepted as Pramana since valid from the very beginning. Aparushaya, intrinsically valid. See. 19. How does Mimamsa establish the authority of Vedic knowledge? 19 का है. हमारे क्लास नोट्स को रखे हो, प्रिंटेड नोट्स को रखे हो, लिख सकते हो, कोई नो प्रॉब्लम. अथॉरिटी ऑफ वैदिक नॉलेज. वैदिक नॉलेज के बारे में तो बताओ. मीमांसकाज आर बेसिकली बेस्ड ऑन वेदास, अर्लियर पार्ट्स ऑफ वेदास, where a lot of emphasis on rituals. That's why Mimamsakas are also known as Karma Mimamsa. It's a ritualistic philosophy. Mimamsa philosophy is a ritualistic philosophy. A lot of rituals are prescribed in Mimamsa philosophy. Once we will go through Mimamsa, you'll find different kinds of rituals. Different occasions, different rituals are prescribed by Mimamsakas. ये खूब यज्ञ की बात करता है मीमांसा. यज्ञ करो, ये करो, कर्मकांड, रिचुअल्स. अभी भी हम बहुत सारे रिचुअल्स परफॉर्म करते हैं गाइडेड बाय मीमांसा. मस्ट बी अवेयर. अथॉरिटी ऑफ वैदिक नॉलेज, सो वैदिक नॉलेज की अथॉरिटी क्या है? इंट्रिंसिकली वैलिड है, इटर्नल है, बिगिनिंगलेस है, नॉट क्रिएशन, इट्स अपौरुषेय। यू राइट ऑल दोज पॉइंट्स। और ये देखो सवाल अगेन एंड अगेन, मीमांसा फिलोसफी, प्रमायण अप्रमा, प्रमायण प्रमाण, स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद, प्रमा एंड अप्रमा। ये प्रमा और अप्रमा को ठीक से देख लो, प्रमा एंड अप्रमा, प्रमा अप्रमा एंड प्रमाण, प्रमाण। Almost every year in BPSC, at least BPSC, UPPCS, IAS, they are asking question again and again. ये पिट क्वेश्चन है, प्रमा अप्रमा एंड प्रमाण्यवाद। Go through that one minutely. See here प्रमाण्यवाद, प्रमा अप्रमा, फिर प्रमा अप्रमा, फिर here भी प्रमा अप्रमा, प्रमाण्यवाद प्रमाण्यवाद प्रमाण्यवाद, खूब प्रमाण्यवाद, स्वतः प्रमाण स्वतः प्रमाण। सी हियर कंटिन्यूटी देखो आप, हियर देखो प्रमाण्यवाद 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 प्रमाण्यवाद, अगेन प्रमाण्यवाद। Very important topic, validity of knowledge. I will discuss that one in detail. Imanska philosophy. So initial introduction I have discussed. Introduction I have completed. Clear? Okay. We are going to start. First one is theory of knowledge. First part is source of valid knowledge. Source of valid knowledge. Source of valid knowledge. Note down. No, in our syllabus, theory of knowledge is prescribed. Theory of knowledge. Note down पहले इसको ऐसे लिख लो। Theory of knowledge. If question is asked, explain theory of knowledge of Mimamsa philosophy. So what you will write? Epistemology. In short, first of all, epistemology. Epistemology of Mimamsa. Mimamsa's theory of knowledge. So first part you will write. First part you will write nature of knowledge. Yeah, valid knowledge. Nature of valid knowledge. Valid knowledge. Valid knowledge means called prama. प्रमा में नोट करोगे, प्रमा। नेचर ऑफ वैलिड नॉलेज मीन्स नेचर ऑफ प्रमा। ऋतुराज, इट इज एक्सेप्टेड बाय मीमांसकास, accepted by Mimamsakas that what is said in Vedas all are true from the very beginning. Yes, Rissuraj. Truths which were discovered by our Rishi and Muni, those things are compiled in Vedas. So Vedas are source of valid knowledge according to Mimamsa. What is written in Vedas correct. वर्ल्ड का सबसे ये ओल्ड लिटरेचर हो, इससे पुराना कोई लिटरेचर नहीं है वर्ल्ड में, वेदास। नाउ a lot of research is going on all over the world regarding Vedas. Vedas means knowledge. And problem is that in Indian tradition, nowhere Vedas are prescribed, any part of Vedas, nowhere. अगर ये कहीं वेद दूसरी जगह रहता, उनका कोई अपना लिटरेचर होता ऐसा, तो उसको कहीं ना कहीं प्रिस्क्राइब करते पढ़ने में। बट मोस्ट ऑफ अस 99.9% even do not know ABC of Vedas. Only few lines, 4 Vedas, that's all. Rig Ved, Sam Ved, Atharvaved, and Yajurved. And some few lines like that, not much more than that. Yeah, and even we where we read this particular Vedas, especially in only in history, तो उसका factual कुछ information we try to collect Vedas and see what kind of thoughts. Vedas are accepted even by Sankhya and Mimamsa, but not accepted God. Vedas are accepted by Nyaya Vaisesikas, but accepted God also. इतना freedom of speech है, freedom of thought है ancient India में. उस समय किस लेवल का फ्रीडम होगा आप इमेजिन. इवन चरवाकाज were there. Nyaya Vaisheshika accepted Vedas, denied God and Hinduism. And Mimamsa philosophy and Sankhya philosophy, although accepted Vedas but denied God. Must be aware. Even Vedantic philosophy, Vedanta, yoga philosophy, accepted God, etc. Accepted Vedas, accepted God also. Now we are going to discuss nature of valid knowledge, Prama. Prama में note कर लो features. What are the features? Nature of valid knowledge. First one is newness. Newness is required. For being Prama, newness is must. Second, not contradicted from other knowledge. Should not be contradicted from other knowledge. Newness, abadhit, anadhigat, abadhit. Newness is a feature of Prama. Abadhit means not contradicted by other knowledge. It's a feature of Prama. Not arising from defective causes. Not arising from defective causes. Then we will accept that one as a Prama. Not arising from defective causes. And last one is self-consistent. Self-consistent. It must be self-consistent. So, what are the features of Prama? Newness, non-contradiction, should not be contradicted by other knowledge, should not be arise through defective cause, and last one is self-consistent. Inconsistency नहीं होनी चाहिए. There must be consistency. These are the features of Prama. कभी पूछो what are the features of Prama? Write all those things. Features of Prama. Printed notes में we have written Prama and Aprama both. Prama, Aprama. Prama valid knowledge, Aprama invalid knowledge. Aprama is of 3 types or sometimes 4 times also it is written. Smriti is also a kind of Aprama. It's not a Prama, it's Smriti, memory. Memory is not a Prama. Why memory or Smriti is not a Prama? Since Smriti, you do not find newness is must for Prama. For being Prama, newness is must. In memory, we do not find new knowledge. देखो एक बार 2020 में सवाल है ये. Why is memory not a valid knowledge according to Mimamsa? So what are the features of valid knowledge? Features. Prama. Valid knowledge means Prama. Source of valid knowledge is called Prama. Prama. So what are the features of knowledge? Newness is the first important feature for being Prama or valid knowledge is newness. And memory, no newness. Memory means you are going to recollect past knowledge. No newness. No newness, that's why not a Prama. ये 20 का सवाल भी अगर if we have gone through printed notes possible to write newness. Prama नहीं है क्योंकि newness quality है for being Prama. And here no newness, memory no newness, not a Prama. So we write valid knowledge. Features of valid knowledge. Memory possible to contradicted by other knowledge. Possible to contradict. Not a new knowledge. It may be arise through defective causes also. So why Smriti is not a Prama? You can write features of Prama first of all, and on that ground you will judge why it is not a Prama. Possible to write 20. Clear? Clear? सारे लोग बोलो. Is it clear? Why memory is not a Prama? The most important ground, it's no newness. It may arise through defective causes also. No newness. Possible to contradict to other things. दो लाइन का उत्तर था, या तो इस पार हो या उस पार हो. Such kind of questions. If you are aware with 2-3 lines, possible to write answer of this question. Otherwise very tough. तो ही है, या तो बहुत आसान है, लगता है कि ऐसा कैसे पूछ लिया इतना आसान. And if you have not gone through, so it's a very difficult question ना. बहुत difficult हो जाएगा अगर आप नहीं जानते हो तो. If you are not aware. So what's the important aspect of theory of knowledge? First one is nature of valid knowledge. Second is validity of knowledge. Third one is relation between knower and knowable. Nature of knowledge, then nature of valid knowledge. Second one is source of valid knowledge. Third one is validity of knowledge, relation between knower and knowable. And fourth one is nature of erroneous knowledge. How we find erroneous knowledge, or theory of error. Theory of error. ERROR. Theory of error. Very, very important, especially for BPSC point of view. Almost every year, 1 साल 2 साल बैक लगा के ब्रेक करके इसको पूछ ही लेता है BPSC. Those who are writing, going to write BPSC, prepared each and everything in detail. Mimamsa philosophy complete. Each and every aspect. Take help of printed notes. Sufficient. और IAS तो है ही यहाँ पे. IAS में तो है ही. BPSC में थोड़ा और एक्सटेंसिव चले जाओ. Especially prescribed this topic. Error is prescribed there. Here overall theory of knowledge is written. Now note down. First of all, source of valid. The source of valid knowledge means Pramanaj. Must be where Gemini has accepted 3, Prabhakar has accepted 5, Kumaril Bhatt has accepted 6. Total 6. Prabhakar 5, Gemini 3. We have already discussed 4 Pramalas in detail: perception, inference, verbal testimony, and comparison. In Nyaya philosophy in detail. So now we are going to start the fifth one, that is Arthapatti. See, regarding perception and inference, always you will find question regarding Nyaya. Although perception and inference is accepted by Mimamskas also, they have almost accepted Mimamskas. Have accepted overall description given by Naiyayikas. Here's some sort of difference from. So here Nyaya plus Mimamsa करोगे. Perception में inference में go through Nyaya basically. No need to write Mimamsa. Although it is written in printed notes. I have given some points, but not required. You can sideline. ऐसे देख सकते हो worst condition के लिए. Otherwise required नहीं है वो. Worst condition कुछ होगा तो संभव. Otherwise they will not ask. Perception and inference. But here regarding verbal testimony, possible to ask Nyaya and Mimamsa. Even in comparison also possible to ask Nyaya and Mimamsa. If question is asked regarding comparison or verbal testimony, first of all write Nyaya in detail, some points regarding Mimamsa. अगर ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन बनता है तो in comparison also first of all write Nyaya, few lines from Mimamsa. That's all. And Arthapatti is accepted by Mimamskas only. Mimamskas means Prabhakar, Kumari Bhatt, even in Advaita Vedanta also. So we are going to discuss from Arthapatti itself, implication. Note down. Arthapatti. ब्रैकेट में implication. अर्थापत्ति और implication. Note down. Introduction. Arthapatti is accepted as Arthapatti is accepted as a source of valid knowledge by ब्रैकेट में प्रमाणा. अर्थापत्ति accepted as source of valid knowledge और प्रमाणा by प्रभाकर कुमारिल भट्ट. प्रभाकर कुमारिल भट्ट ब्रैकेट में मीमांसा एंड अद्वैत वेदांत. Arthapatti is accepted as a pramana. By whom? By Prabhakar, by Kumaril Bhatt, and by Advaita Vedanta. Prabhakar and Kumaril Bhatt both are Mimamsa philosophers. Yes, both are Mimamsa philosophers. Arthapatti means implication is accepted as source of valid knowledge by Prabhakar, Kumaril Bhatt and Advaita Vedanta. Clear? It's accepted as source of valid knowledge. Arthapatti. They have explained this one, Arthapatti, taking help of an example. Must be aware, you have to take help of printed notes. Just I am going to explain those things. 100% from printed notes you will write. But I am going to explain that particular thoughts, what happens in Arthapatti. See the points, taking help of an example. One example is that Devadatta is fat, but he doesn't eat. He does not eat during day. You will write this particular statement only, no need to change. Devadatta is fat, but he doesn't eat during day. Doesn't eat during day. See, in Arthapatti, to reconcile two mutually inconsistent facts, we derive other knowledge. We imply something that is known as, that knowledge we find through Arthapatti, implication. Here two contradictory facts. One is Devadatta is fat, it's a fact. Second fact is that he doesn't eat during day. This one is the second fact. Two facts, and between these two facts, contradiction. Contradiction is there. Contradiction. How you can reconcile this contradiction? First fact is that Devadatta is fat. Devadatta is fat. Devadatta is fat. And second fact is, it's a fact that he doesn't eat during day. This one is the second fact. Devadatta is fat, but he doesn't eat during day. Taking help of this example, you will clarify Arthapatti. To reconcile two mutual contradictory facts, we take help of Arthapatti. For example, you have this example, Devadatta is fat, but he doesn't eat during day. How you can reconcile this statement? How can you reconcile these two contradictory facts. How can you reconcile? These are both can't be accepted simultaneously. These are two inconsistent fact, inconsistent or contradictory fact, inconsistent. How can you reconcile these two inconsistent fact? One is Devdutt is fat and he doesn't eat during day. सारे लोग बोलो. What kind of knowledge you will find out to reconcile these two facts? What kind of knowledge? लिख के बताओ सारे लोग. वही होगा जो आप लिखोगे. What kind of knowledge you will assume? You will imply, not infer. You will imply or you will resume. You will assume. He eat during night. आयुष गौतम और लोग बोलो. He eats during night, okay. During night, okay. देवदत्ता eats at night, okay. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी और लोग बोल लो. और लोग बोलो. सारे लोग बोलो, लिख के बताओ. देवदत्ता eats at night, okay, correct. और लोग लिख के बोलो. और लोग बोलो. आसान है, आसान है तो आसानी में समझ सकते हो. जैसे ही ईट्स ड्यूरिंग नाइट, ओके करेक्ट. विकास कुमार यादव, रिमझिम मनीष, करेक्ट. और लोग लिखो. ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाना तो गलत लिख दोगे. दिमाग उतना ही लगाओ जितनी ज़रूरत है. समटाइम्स यू यूज मोर माइंड. रिक्वायरमेंट जितना है उतना ही लगाओ. तो क्लियर है. He eats so much at night. Very good. Anish Kumar. Very good. He eats so much. That's why he's fat. To reconcile these two inconsistent facts, we will assume, we will imply, Devdutt eats so much at night. Yes or no? He eat at night. Okay. Now question is that how you are getting knowledge of this one? Bolo aap. You are getting this knowledge basically. Now how you are getting this knowledge? बताओगे. Through perception, through inference, through verbal testimony, through comparison, or through अर्थापत्ति. अब बोलो आप. How will explain this knowledge? How you are getting this knowledge? See, you have not perceived. You have not perceived that he eats during night. You have not seen. See, second one is, can you say it is based on inference? For inference, vyapti is must. Without vyapti, you can't accept inference. Vyapti is must for inference. Is it possible to create any vyapti line here? जो मोटे होते हैं वो जहां जहां मोटापन पाया जाता है वहां वहां ईटिंग पाया जाता है. ईटिंग एट नाइट. Wherever we find fatness, there we find eating during night. Can you say like that? If you are saying we are taking help of inference possible to find this knowledge, you can't accept it. Why? Since vyapti is not possible here. Even no one has said that he eats during night. Through similitude also you can't say. To explain this knowledge, he eats during night. He eats so much at night, during night. We are bound to take help of a new pramana that is called Arthapatti, and in this way Arthapatti is accepted by Mimamsaka. That's all. Khatam. Finished. See, by refuting one by one, we will refute. See, Arthapatti is an important source of knowledge or pramana accepted by Prabhakar, Kumaril Bhatt, bracket Mimamsa, and Advaita Vedanta. In Arthapatti, to reconcile two inconsistent facts, in Arthapatti, to reconcile two inconsistent facts, we take help of Arthapatti. We take help of Arthapati to reconcile two inconsistent facts. Example, Devdutt is fat, but he doesn't eat during night. So first fact is Devdutt is fat. It's a fact. And second fact is he doesn't eat during night. It's also during day. It's also a fact. It's a contradiction, inconsistency. To reconcile these inconsistent facts, we will assume he eat during night. Now question is how you are getting knowledge, not through perception, not through inference, not through verbal testimony, not through comparison. To explain this knowledge, we are bound to take help of Arthapatti, so we should accept Arthapatti as a source of valid knowledge. Complete. खत्म है. आसान है, ज्यादा टफ नहीं है. If we have printed note, just read. Just go through that one. Read one within 1 or 2 minutes. Possible to read. Very, very straightforward. And in this way, you have to write. And same line, यही line भी printed notes में. Try to read. See, 2016. What is the logical necessity for the Mimamskas to treat Arthapatti as an independent? माना वही एग्जाम्पल, वही लाइन, वही उठा के लिख दोगे. Can Arthapatti be reduced to Anumana? According to Mimamskas, no. Why? Since for Anumana, Vyapti is required. And here Vyapti is not possible. Not possible to create Vyapti. You can't create line like that wherever we find fatness, there we find eating during night. You can't say it. Vyapti is not possible here. So it can't be reduced into Anumana. In Nyaya philosophy, Arthapatti is reduced to Anumana. But Mimamskas, not possible. Arthapatti है once again. 96 Arthapatti. So far हमको लगता है 3 से 4 बार क्वेश्चन आ चुका. इस बार भी क्वेश्चन है अर्थापत्ति पे. अर्थापत्ति पे शायद क्वेश्चन 21 में. नहीं, अभाव पे. मीमांसकाज अभाव पे. हाउ वी फाइंड नॉलेज ऑफ अभाव. अर्थापत्ति क्लियर. Risuraj, you can't say if he doesn't eat during day. You have one line. ज्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ Risuraj. The line is that Devdutt is fat, but he doesn't eating during day. So you will assume this knowledge. He eats during night. How you know? You have not seen. उसको खाते हुए नहीं देखा. Is it possible to say you are getting this knowledge through inference? For inference, Vyapti is must. Is it possible to create here any Vyapti? You are assuming this knowledge. He eats during night. He eats so much during night. So is it possible, if you are inferring, it means it must be based on Vyapti? For inference, we are bound to take help of Vyapti. Now create here, for example, जब हम कहते हैं there is smoke on the mountain. So just before that, we have taken help of Vyapti. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Taking help of this knowledge, where there is smoke, there is fire. We are now inferring there is smoke on mountain. But here, if you are saying he eats during night, so can you create Vyapti like that? Wherever we find any fatness, there we find eating during night. Now he doesn't eat during day, so you can create like that. So you can't say it is based on inference. You can't say it is based on inference. ध्यान रखना, Devdutt is fat. In inference, we proceed from hetu to sadhya, from perceived hetu, a smoke to fire. Not on the basis of fire we infer a smoke. On the basis of a smoke, here difficult to find out hetu. So it can't be included in inference as it was done by Naiyayikas. Naiyayikas have reduced Arthapatti into inference. Naiyayikas. Mimamskas have said no. Why? Since how you can create any Vyapti line here? Rimjim, how to ask doubts even after completing the class time to time? आपका जब डाउट ज्यादा हो जाएगा, आई विल क्लियरिफाई. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी. अभी से ही होने लगा है कि अगर कंप्लीट हो गया तो डाउट कैसे क्लियर होगा. जब मैं इतना डाउट क्लियर कर चुका हूं तो और 2-4 दिन कर दूंगा मैं. क्या प्रॉब्लम है? डाउट होगा तो उसका समाधान सॉल्यूशन जरूर हो जाएगा. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी. एंड यू मस्ट बी अवेयर इवन जस्ट बिफोर योर मेंस एग्जाम. अभी तो आप प्रीटी देने जाओगे. तुम जो कोई भी डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन लेंगे, आई विल परमिट ऑल ऑफ यू तो डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन में आप भी आ जाओ. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि आप डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए हमसे आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द क्लास. आप हमसे, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू राइट मेंस, अगर प्रीलिम्स देने के बाद, तो सटनली वंस अगेन आप सारे लोग हमारे टच में रहना. हो सकता है मेंस जब आप देने लगो तो हम कुछ स्पेशल क्लास लेते हैं मेंस वालों के लिए, स्पेशली फॉर दोज हु आर गोइंग टू राइट मेंस एट दैट ईयर. 22 में भी लेंगे. अभी हमने 21 में लिया था. हमने दिसंबर के आसपास में मेंस का अलग से क्लास लिया है जो अभी देने वाले थे. आगे फिर से लेंगे, ड्यूरेशन थोड़ा और बढ़ा देंगे. तो इसके लिए आपको वरीड नहीं होना है. क्लियर? रिमझिम. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी. समझ में सब आ जा रहा है बट फिर भी टेंशन है बहुत. याद नहीं हो रहा है. क्लियर सब हो जाता है. वाह, क्लियर सब हो रहा है, याद नहीं होता है. नेहा श्रीवास्तव अपना एकदम आनंद ले रही है. नेहा एंड रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी को प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. तो थोड़ा मैं इसको रोकता हूं. दिस पार्ट शुड बी क्लियर. एंड नाउ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई एम गोइंग टू, इनका जो प्रॉब्लम है रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी का, समझ में सब आ रहा है बट फिर भी टेंशन है बहुत, याद नहीं हो पा रहा है. क्लियर सब हो रहा है. ये दिमाग से हटा दो. पहले जो मैं बात बता रहा हूं समझना. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन सम टेक्निक्स और सम इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स डिस्कस्ड इन उपनिषद्स. भंडार है ज्ञान का. सेम हियर मत लिखो आप. एक का प्रॉब्लम होता है, सबने प्रॉब्लम कर लिया. अभी देखो दिव्या एंड ऋषुराज. इन उपनिषद्स 3 इंपॉर्टेंट टेक्निकल टर्म्स आर प्रिस्क्राइब्ड. नाउ थोड़ा अलग हट के टॉपिक से. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इज श्रवण. श्रवण. सेकेंड वन इज मनन. अब मैं थोड़ा उपनिषद से आपका सॉल्यूशन बता रहा हूं, टेकिंग हेल्प ऑफ उपनिषद. सॉल्यूशन जो पूछा रिमझिम ने कि पढ़ते ही याद नहीं होता है. पढ़ लिया तो याद क्यों नहीं होगा, ये बताओ. आपका या तो वे ठीक नहीं है या उसको आप रिटेंशन पावर ठीक नहीं है. क्या तो प्रॉब्लम है. वो शंख पुष्पी पीने से थोड़ी ठीक होगा. श्रवण मनन एंड निधि ध्यासन. निधि ध्यासन. Opt this method, ध्यासन. Just take help of that particular method. Shravana. Must be aware. Sometimes we read very good books. Read. जब आप कोई चीज अच्छी चीज रीड करो या फिर आप कोई अच्छी चीज अगर आप सुन रहे हो, श्रवण कर रहे हो, आप लिसनिंग कर रहे हो, बहुत अच्छी चीज। अगर लिसनिंग कर रहे हो, पढ़ रहे हो या सुन रहे हो, राइट नाउ यू आर लिसनिंग, रीडिंग एंड लिसनिंग बोथ, व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड। तो टाइम टू टाइम हम लोग बहुत अच्छे लोगों को सुनते हैं, भले एक्सपर्ट टाइप के लोगों को सुनते हैं, एंड एट दैट टाइम वेरी मच इम्प्रेस्ड, बहुत इम्प्रेस्ड हो जाते हैं, लगता है क्या अच्छी बात बोला है। कभी बुक पढ़ते हैं, वी वेरी मच इम्प्रेस्ड एट दैट टाइम, और समझ में भी आता है, वी अंडरस्टैंड इट ऑल्सो। हम उसको उस समय एट दैट मोमेंट वी बिकम एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट ऑल्सो, एंड वी ऑल्सो बिकम इम्प्रेस्ड बाई दैट वन कि यस कितनी अच्छी बात है। बट प्रॉब्लम इज दैट कि आफ्टर 2 hours बिकम अनेबल टू रिटेन दैट वन इन आवर माइंड, माइंड में नहीं रहता है। श्रवण करने के बाद इफ यू आर गोइंग टू लर्न एनीथिंग, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू रीड एनीथिंग, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू, आप लिसनिंग कर रहे हो, कोई अच्छी चीज रीड सुन रहे हो, तो जस्ट आफ्टर श्रवण कंप्लीट दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस। अगर ये प्रोसेस को नहीं करोगे तो सब बेकार है, सारी आपकी पढ़ाई बेकार हो जाएगी। हाउ मेनी आवर्स यू आर गोइंग टू रीड डजंट मैटर इफ यू आर नॉट परफॉर्मिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस। पढ़ने का भी एक तरीका होता है। कई लोग 6 घंटे पढ़ते हैं एंड एबल टू रिकलेक्ट ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, एबल टू रिटेन ऑल दोस थिंग्स इन देयर माइंड। कई लोग 10 घंटा पढ़ते, अनएबल टू रिटेन। व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम? See from the point of meditation is one part. Now see here, Neha Srivastava, taking help of Upanishads, I am explaining. उपनिषद से देखो, आप श्रवण कर लिया अगर आपने बहुत अच्छे से, समझ में एट दैट मोमेंट एटलीस्ट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट ऑल्सो, इम्प्रेस इट ऑल्सो कि वेरी गुड। कई बार हम क्लैपिंग करते हैं सुनते हैं, तो बहुत अच्छा कोई बोलने वाला हो एक्सपर्ट तो क्लैप भी करते हैं, अरे बहुत अच्छा, मजा आ गया सुन के। बट आफ्टर 4 days 3 days वी बिकम अनेबल टू रिकॉल वन लाइन ऑफ देम, एक भी लाइन याद नहीं रहता है। प्रॉब्लम क्या है? प्रॉब्लम अपने में है। So if you are going to read anything which are very good, very important, or if you are going to listen some very good things, after that complete this process, manan, reflective thinking is required. कई बार होता है कि मान लो 7:30 से हमने क्लास लिया अराउंड 9:15 और 9:30 तक, तो जस्ट आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द क्लास मोबाइल स्टार्ट, लैपटॉप स्टार्ट, हॉलीवुड, बॉलीवुड, फोन कॉल स्टार्ट। तो जो हमने पढ़ाया अभी माइंड में उसने अपना स्पेस बनाया नहीं, अनेबल टू टेक स्पेस इन योर माइंड, एंड यू हैव स्टार्टेड समथिंग न्यू। तो इसको थोड़ा पुश कर देगा। नॉलेज विच यू हैव राइट नाउ, यू आर गेटिंग सम नॉलेज, तो जस्ट आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द क्लास इफ यू आर गोइंग टू इन्वॉल्व इन सम अदर एक्टिविटीज, ये हमेशा आपके मेमोरी को कमजोर करेगा। सर्टेनली ये मेमोरी का आप थियरीज पढ़ोगे तो यू विल फाइंड आउट, वो जो मेमोरी का जो होता है, हम स्मृति जिसको बोलते हैं, हम अनेबल टू रिकॉल समथिंग, तो उसमें ये आता है कि इफ यू आर गोइंग टू रीड वेरी गुड थिंग्स, जस्ट आफ्टर दैट नो नीड टू इन्वॉल्व इन सम आउटराइटली अपोजिट एलिमेंट्स। तो आफ्टर 9:30 पता चलता है कि हॉलीवुड का में इन्वॉल्व हो गए, बॉलीवुड में आ रहे हैं, तो स्टार्टेड टू थिंक रिगार्डिंग कैटरीना कैफ और समवन एल्स, तो हो गया उनका गेम। वो भूलेंगे नहीं तो और क्या करेंगे, पक्का उनको भूलना है। अनेबल टू रिटेन, इसका आपका 2 घंटा पढ़ना बेकार है। ऑलवेज कंप्लीट दैट प्रोसेस, दैट इज मनन, रिफ्लेक्टिव थिंकिंग। आफ्टर 10 मिनट्स ब्रेक, मान लो 9:30 में आपका है, डिनर करो, थोड़ा टहल लो, and then start to recall that one once one. Reflective thinking, reflective thinking, that is manan. Manan is must. Those who never perform this particular process, difficult for them to retain knowledge in their mind. कई लोग 6 घंटा पढ़ते हैं and able to retain all that knowledge. और हम लोग मनन कहीं पे भी कर सकते हैं। हो सकता है आपने जस्ट आफ्टर आपने डिनर लिया, डिनर के बाद आप टहल रहे हो, आप थोड़ा वर्क कर रहे हो, एंड दैट टाइम यू आर गोइंग टू रिकॉल ऑल दोस थिंग्स वन बाय वन इन योर माइंड। यू आर गोइंग टू, ऑल दोस थिंग्स आर नाउ मूविंग इन योर माइंड। नाउ मनन इज गोइंग ऑन, रिफ्लेक्टिव थिंकिंग। दिस क्वेश्चंस आई विल राइट इन दिस वे। अगर ऐसा होगा तो इफ आई विल राइट दिस पर्टिकुलर वे, बट जस्ट गोइंग टू मनन, प्रोसेस ऑफ मनन इज मस्ट। आप हो सकता है चेयर पे बैठे हो और मनन, प्रोसेस ऑफ मनन इज स्टार्टेड। यू आर गोइंग टू रिकॉल वंस अगेन दोज गुड थिंग्स, जो आपने बहुत अच्छी चीज पढ़ी हो, बहुत अच्छी चीज सुनी हो, यू आर गोइंग टू रिकॉल दैट थिंग्स इन योर माइंड। मनन इज मस्ट. जो मनन नहीं करता है ना, हाउ मेनी आवर्स इज गोइंग टू रीड, 16 आवर्स और 17 आवर्स, डजंट मैटर, फ्लॉप होना तय है इनका. दिस वन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ यू हैव गोन, इफ कुछ अच्छी चीज रीड की हो, कुछ आपने सुना है, देन दिस वन इज रिक्वायर्ड. आप पता लगा ट्रेन में जा रहे हो एंड मनन इज गोइंग ऑन, यू आर वन बाय वन, वन टॉपिक, सेकंड टॉपिक, थर्ड टॉपिक, यू आर गोइंग टू, outside it seems that you are not reading, but basically manan is going on. Manan is a kind of excellent process just to maintain your knowledge in your mind. If you have gone through 4 hours, you have read 4 hours, you can retain all those things in your mind through the process of manan. Manan karo aap. Manan is must, and after that nididhyasan. Time to time revision is required. After manan, certainly you will find some points, important points, and those important points, nididhyasan, you are going to remember those things again and again. Revision is required. ये अपने ट्रेडिशन में कहा गया है. प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि 2 घंटा पढ़ने के बाद 9:30 के बाद पूछो 9:40 में क्या हो रहा है, वेस्टर्न म्यूजिक सुन रहा है. वो बैठ के वहां पे सीरियल देख रहा है कोई चीज का. ये सुनो, पुष्पा मूवी स्टार्ट है 9:40 में ही, तो हो गया उनका गेम खत्म है. हाउ मेनी आवर्स यू हैव इन्वेस्टेड डजंट मैटर, क्योंकि जस्ट आफ्टर रीडिंग, अगर मान लो आप 4 घंटे पढ़े हो, तो इन प्रोसेस ऑफ क्लोजिंग योर, आप क्लोज स्टॉप कर रहे हो, अगर पढ़ाई को स्टॉप कर रहे हो, स्टॉप योर रीडिंग इन ए प्रॉपर मैनर, वन बाय वन स्टॉप करो. आप अचानक डिस्कनेक्ट मत हो जाओ पढ़ाई से. You imagine for 4 hours you are reading some very good things, and just after within 5 minutes involving some other activities, तो आपका 4 hours का वो जो हार्ड वर्क था वो सब बेकार हो गया. धीरे धीरे डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाओ, नॉट एक्सीडेंटली. अचानक मत करो. अचानक करोगे ना, वो अचानक आउट हो जाएगा. तो इफ यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, तो जस्ट आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग द टॉपिक, रिविजन, मनन, मनन करो ना, परमानेंट हो जाएगा. क्यों हमें जिस जिस पर्टिकुलर, मान लो किसी एक्सपर्ट्स को हम जब किसी को सुनते हैं, हम इतना इंप्रेस्ड हो जाते हैं, हम क्लैपिंग भी करते हैं, एंड आफ्टर 2 days अनेबल टू रिकॉल वन लाइन ऑफ दैट लिस्ट, दैट स्कॉलर. एक लाइन याद नहीं रहता है. सुने थे तो लगा था कितना अच्छा लाइन है ये, कितना अच्छा स्टेटमेंट्स है. जस्ट आफ्टर 2-3 days अनेबल टू रिकॉल वन सिंगल लाइन, तो आपका सब ये बेकार हो गया ना पास्ट का. वाई? सिंस नॉट परफॉर्म दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस, मनन नहीं किया आपने. तो इफ यू आर गेटिंग एनी गुड थिंग्स, दिमाग में बैठा लेना इसको. इट विल हेल्प यू ऑलवेज इन योर लाइफ. इफ यू आर गेटिंग एनीथिंग गुड, रीडिंग और लिसनिंग गुड थिंग्स, ट्राई टू रिकलेक्ट दैट वन, ट्राई टू मनन ऑन दोज पॉइंट्स. मनन करोगे परमानेंट हो जाएगा दिमाग में. नहीं मनन करोगे, इट विल बी नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. मनन करोगे, by and by in your life you can associate a number of good ideas, number of good thoughts, number of good lines. Through this process only possible. मनन कंप्लीट करो. हमने जब अपना 99 में फर्स्ट टाइम इंटरव्यू दिया, 99-2000 में, तो मेरे हॉबी में मनन लिखा हुआ था. पूछा ही नहीं सामने वालों ने सवाल, मैंने मनन लिखा था कि एक बार पूछ लो, मैं इसको हाफ एन आवर तो इसी पे निकाल दूंगा. इंटरव्यू में जब मैंने दिया तो कांता कथुरिया का बोर्ड था, एक लाइन नहीं पूछा उसने एक मनन पे. हम सोचे कि मनन पे पूछ लेंगे, तब उनको दूसरे एरिया में लेते चला जाऊंगा. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी, these are the part of our life. Must be aware. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी, little bit of tension is good. Without tension भी ठीक नहीं होता है. फिजिकल डेफिसिट थोड़ा बहुत जो होता है ना, फिजिकल डेफिसिट, लिटिल बिट ऑफ फिजिकल डेफिसिट इज गुड फॉर इकोनॉमी. ज्यादा होगा तो प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगा इकोनॉमी के लिए. तो लिटिल बिट ऑफ टेंशन इज ऑल्सो गुड फॉर योर प्रिपरेशन. थोड़ा बहुत टेंशन हो, थोड़ा बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स होना चाहिए, तो दिस इज गुड. लिटिल बिट, अगर इसका अगर क्वांटिटी इंक्रीज करेगा तो प्रॉब्लम कर देगा प्रिपरेशन में. जैसे यहाँ अगर बढ़ गया ना, ज्यादा हो गया तो प्रॉब्लम फॉर इकोनॉमी. लिटिल बिट ऑफ फिजिकल डेफिसिट गुड. सेम वे हियर, लिटिल बिट ऑफ टेंशन, तो उसको टेंशन को ज्यादा हाइप मत क्रिएट करो. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी. एक महीने के बाद लगता है कि कम टाइम है। रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी आप ही को कम है कि औरों को भी कम है? अदर्स आर नॉट गेटिंग मोर टाइम कंपेयर टू यू, तो भाई बस इतना टेंशन में क्यों लेते हो? क्लियर? सारे लोग बोलो, इज इट क्लियर? इसको ध्यान रखना, मनन करो। आप रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी सोचते ज्यादा हो, काम कम करते हो, सोचते ज्यादा हो। ऋषुराज मैंने 2001 में मैंने शुरू किया था पतंजलि आयुष को, एंड एट दैट टाइम आल्सो आई वाज वेरी मच इंप्रेस्ड बाय योगा, दैट्स व्हाई दिस पर्टिकुलर नेम पतंजलि। इट शुड बी क्लियर, इट्स अ वेरी, जब जब कोई चीज लेना हो, कोई अच्छी चीज, तो उपनिषद में देखो ना, भंडार है, लॉट ऑफ नॉलेज, एक्सीलेंट नॉलेज है, आपका सॉल्यूशन है यहाँ पे। एंड दोज थिंग्स आर मतलब हाईली रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड चीजें हैं। हमने अपनी चीजों को थोड़ा वो डिग्लोरीफाई कर दिया है। अनेबल टू अंडरस्टैंड, अनेबल टू रीड, एंड mere reading 2-3 lines or somewhere else we start to comment on Upanishads. How can you comment without having proper knowledge? क्लियर सर। वैसे ओवर थिंकिंग का आपने सही जज किया। अरे वो तो आप लिखोगे तो मैं वैसे जज कर लूंगा, आप पहले ऐसी समस्या लेकर थोड़े ही आए हो। ऐसे बहुत सारी समस्याओं को मैंने सॉल्व किया है पास्ट में। व्हाट यू आर सेइंग इट्स नॉट फर्स्ट टाइम, बहुत सारे लोगों का इलाज मैंने कर दिया है। तो मनन करो पहले, नेवर थिंक, कई बार सोचते ज्यादा है करते कम है। ओके, मैं मनन करूंगा। नीश कुमार, मनन करोगे बहुत फायदा होगा मनन का। अब मनन करना उस पे जो पढ़े हो, जो सुने हो। और बॉलीवुड के बारे में मनन मत करना, हॉलीवुड नहीं, नॉट अदर्स रिलेशनशिप, नो नीड। उस पे मनन करोगे तो ठीक नहीं होगा। मनन व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर योर एग्जाम, जो आपके एम को फुलफिल करे, उसको मनन करना, उसको बैरिकेटिंग करना पड़ेगा कि ये मनन करना है मुझे। यू हैव टू डिसाइड, इट्स पॉसिबल, it's possible to regulate your mind, and once we'll start to regulate your mind, अब तो जो पढ़ोगे वो याद होगा। ठीक है, क्लियर? ओके, नाउ दिस वन इज क्लियर। नेक्स्ट, सारे लोग बोलो, इज इट क्लियर? वो करा देंगे, आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस भी करा देंगे, पहले इसको कंप्लीट करो। पहले कर लो, फिर करा देंगे, आंसर राइटिंग भी कर लेंगे। अनुपलब्धि, अर्थापत्ति कंप्लीट। नाउ नोट डाउन अनुपलब्धि। अनुपलब्धि, अनुपलब्धि हैज बीन एक्सेप्टेड एज ए, अनुपलब्धि means non-apprehension. अनुपलब्धि has been accepted as a valid means of knowledge by, valid means of knowledge by कुमारिल ब्रैकेट में मीमांसा एंड अद्वैत वेदांत। कुमारिल एंड अद्वैत वेदांत। It is a means, it is the means to know the non-existence of an object. Means to know the non-existence of an object. Kumaril Bhatt has accepted non-existence, abhav as an independent category, abhav as a category. Kumaril Bhatt has accepted abhav, non-existence as a category, and Anupalabdhi as a means to know it. Anupalabdhi is a means Anupalabdhi as a means to know it. Must be aware. Abhava is a padarth. Padarth means a category. Category means it's objectively real. It's real. It's a padarth accepted by Kumaril Bhatt. And if it is a padarth, how we know it? Kumaril Bhatt, it is said we know it through Anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi. Must be aware. It is accepted as a padarth or category or real even by Nayayikas. But they have said we know Abhava through perception. Last class it has been discussed. If we find knowledge of Abhava through perception according to Nyaya. Even our sense organs come into contact with any place, we not merely find perception of place, we find knowledge of place along with its characteristics, even negative characteristics. So we know Abhava through perception according to Nayayikas. So Nayayikas have accepted Abhava as a category or Abhava is a padarth, objectively real, exists outside from our mind. Kumaril Bhatt has also accepted Abhava as a padarth. It is objectively real, exists outside independent from our mind. Objectively real, objective reality. But we find knowledge of Abhava through Anupalabdhi, not through perception. How we find Anupalabdhi? Why? Main structure note down. This said by Kumaril Bhatt. Kumaril Bhatt. Abhava means, for example, absence of pot on this table. Absence of pot on the table. On the table. It's an example of Abhava. This pot, absence of pot on this table. Nyaya philosophy through perception. Nyaya through perception. Now see, Kumaril Bhatt had said that it not through perception. Not through perception. Why not through perception? Since it is said by Kumaril Bhatt, for perception, sense organ object contact is required. But in Abhava, object is absent. Pot is absent. See, according to Kumaril Bhatt, we can't find knowledge of Abhava through perception. And it was accepted by Nayayika. What is said by Kumaril Bhatt? Not through perception. Why? For perception, sense object contact is must. And here object is absent. So contact is not possible. So we can't find perception. First point clear. Not through inference. Why not through inference? Since Vyapti is not possible. Not through verbal testimony, not through comparison, not through Arthapatti. So we should accept Anupalabdhi as a source of knowledge to explain, as a pramana to explain knowledge of Abhava. Abhava is a padarth, Anupalabdhi is a pramana. According to whom? Kumaril Bhatt. Try to read your notes. यही है, 100% यही है. Try to see. Not through perception, not through inference, not through here. इज इट क्लियर? अनुपलब्धि और डिबेट इसी पे तो है. कि 2021 का सवाल. हाउ व्हाट अकॉर्डिंग टू मीमांसका इज द ontological status of abhava? Abhava is a category, objectively real. It is knowable and it is knowable and it exists outside independent from our mind. It's a category, objectively real, ontological status of our absence. And how does one know it? How does we know it? We know it through Anupalabdhi Pramana. Anupalabdhi. 2021 देखो कितनी बाल सवाल आया, मैं सवाल अब दिखा रहा हूं। हाउ मेनी टाइम्स, अब हवा पे क्या सवाल की स्थिति है। टीचर कोई ऐसा बैठा हुआ है सेटर, अब हवा 21 में क्वेश्चन है, देख लो एक बार। अब हवा 21 में सवाल है, 21 21 आफ्टर दैट, अच्छा और भी जगहों पे 14 में है, 21 के बाद 14 में है, 14 अब हवा सेकेंड टाइम, ऊपर से ही देख। 2014, how is an absence of an object known according to Naiyayikas and Mimamsakas? Naiyayikas through perception, absence of pot on the table. According to Mimamsakas through anupalabdhi we find knowledge. 14 में फर्स्ट, एक एक करके देखो। 14 एक, हाउ मेनी टाइम्स, एक बार कहाँ, कई बार है, so many times. In 21 already, 14 and 21. And explain non-apprehension as a source of knowledge यूपीपीसीएस में, पहले वहां देखते और आ जाओ, तो न्याय में ज्यादा। Twice here already, 21 14, IS so many times. 19, 21 के बाद 19, justify the status of abhava as a category in Vaisheshika philosophy. We have discussed abhava. See here. How do Buddhist and Nyaya philosophy explain the knowledge of the absence of jar on the table? Nyaya philosophy through perception and Bodh philosophy through inference. We have discussed. 18, 19, 21. अभी और देखो। 16 also. Abhava. Nayayika justify introduction of Abhava. So if you are going to write Abhava, even write few points from the point of view of them. Compare the viewpoints of Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsaka and Buddhism on the issue of knowledge of Abhava. 9 में है, ये 9 में है, 14 में है, 18 में है, 19 में है, 21 में है। अभाव पे क्वेश्चन और भी है। तो वी फाइंड नॉलेज ऑफ अभाव थ्रू अनुपलब्धि अकॉर्डिंग टू मीमांसका। 21 में सवाल है इस पे। क्लियर? सारे लोग बोलो, इज इट क्लियर? एक बात बोलो सारे लोग, इज इट क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? यस। नाउ वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज। इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यूपीपीसीएस, बीपीएससी। इसको तो 100% करके जाओ। आईएएस के लिए, आईएएस में भी टाइम टू टाइम दे हैव आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग सामान्यवाद। देखो फ्रीक्वेंसी देख लो, पहले फ्रीक्वेंसी में बता रहा हूँ। अभी की तो 4 साल 5 ईयर्स कंटिन्यूअसली पूछा है लगातार। इतना इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है प्रमाण्यवाद, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक। देखो, प्रमाण्यवाद 2 1 फर्स्ट टाइम, प्रमाण्यवाद सेकेंड टाइम सेकेंड, प्रमाण्यवाद थर्ड टाइम, in the last 20 years. सामान्य 413 में चौथी बार, सामान्य 15 में पांचवी बार, 15, 17 प्रामाण्य, प्रामाण्य 18 प्रामाण्य, 19 also प्रामाण्य। और यूपी पीसीएस में तो देखो 1 2 3 4 साल 5 टाइम्स लगातार क्वेश्चन आया प्रामाण्यवाद पे। बीपीएससी ऑल्सो फ्रीक्वेंसी, बहुत फ्रीक्वेंसी है बीपीएससी में। इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, दैट इज प्रामाण्यवाद। प्रामाण्यवाद मीन्स थियरी ऑफ वैलिडिटी। Phrase speech, validity of knowledge, theory of validity of knowledge. Now see, प्रामाण्यवाद, टॉपिक प्रामाण्यवाद। थियरी ऑफ वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज मस्ट बी अवेयर। एक फ्रेश पेज पे बनाना चार्ट। नोअर finds knowledge of object. This object is known as knowable. Knowable. Knowable means object. Knower finds knowledge of object. Knower. Knower is generally accepted as soul. Knower finds knowledge of object. Knowledge of object. Knower finds knowledge of object. These are the three aspects of knowledge process. Now question is that when knower finds knowledge of objects, how validity of that knowledge is decided? Our knowledge is true from the very beginning or later on it is decided? For example, see, automatically we'll find two groups. I'm asking one question. Are you getting knowledge of this one? नजदीक से दिखा रहा हूं। आर यू एबल टू नो दिस? आर यू गेटिंग नॉलेज? सम लिक्विड इनसाइड ग्लास, yes or no? You all are getting knowledge. You all are getting knowledge. Now this one is knowable. You are knower and now you are getting knowledge. What you will accept? This knowledge is invalid, or you will accept this one as valid? When knower finds knowledge of an object, that knowledge is valid or invalid from its very beginning? बोलो आप इसे कहोगे कि ये वाटर ही, इट्स वैलिड, certainly water. Will you accept it? As soon as you are getting knowledge of water in glass, will you accept this knowledge is valid from its very beginning? Or you may say, no, I will not accept in the very beginning this knowledge is valid. First of all, I will go at that place, I will take it. If it will quench my thirst, then I will accept, yes, this is water. You may doubt. Well, is it possible? So now, who is going to accept this one as water and who is not accepting in the very beginning? It may be or may not be. It's not valid from its very beginning. It's not valid. Neither valid nor invalid. Neither valid nor invalid from its very beginning. Neither valid. Neither valid nor invalid from its very beginning. One group में से ये तो invalid है very very beginning. Now in which group you are? Are you accepting, yes, it is certainly undoubtedly water? Or you may say, no, right now I am unable to say anything. Since in the same form, there may be some other liquid also. Possible hai? So now who are in favor of this particular part? Yes, this one is water, outrightly water. This knowledge is valid from its very beginning. If you accept valid from its very beginning, is known as intrinsic validity of knowledge. All our knowledge is valid from very beginning valid. Or one group may say, no, this knowledge is neither valid nor invalid. First of all, I will, I will, I will go at that particular place, and when I will take it, if it will quench thirst, then I will accept this water. Otherwise, I will deny. अगर वो कुछ दूसरा होगा तो I will deny. Possible. So in which group you are? Intrinsically valid. Very beginning you are accepting it is valid, or you are not accepting it is valid. सारे लोग बोलना, एक भी आदमी एक को भी छोड़ूंगा नहीं मैं. आयुष गौतम. भाकर का अलग से है. पहले ये बोलो. Will you accept its water or you will doubt? Second group. Rimjhim Chaturvedi, second group. Or Ayush Sharma is ready to accept this one is water. You must be aware, Rimjhim or others, Gautam. You are just getting, I am not saying it is water or some sort of liquid in this, and you are getting right now, you are getting knowledge that there is water in glass. You are getting this knowledge. So will you accept this knowledge is valid from its very beginning? If you are accepting it's valid from very beginning, you are swatah pramanyavadi. And if you are saying no, very beginning I will not accept it as valid. First of all, I will take it. If it will quench my thirst, then I will accept yes, it is water. So one group may say it's validity, it's really water or not. It is decided on the basis of practical experience. Once I will find experience, I will take it, then I will accept it as water. One group may say. Second group may say, yes, it is water. I am getting knowledge of water. Yes, it is undoubtedly water. Now it's depend on you. What you are accepting. Are you accepting valid from its very beginning? It's water. Or you can decide it is water after practical experience. Practical verification. In which group you are? Automatically two groups. अब बोलो एक बार फिर से. रिमझिम सेकेंड ग्रुप में है. आयुष गौतम फर्स्ट ग्रुप. वाटर फ्रॉम वेरी बिगिनिंग. वन ग्रुप में डाउट. सारे लोग बोलो अब. नॉट एक्सेप्टिंग. विकास भी बोल रहे हैं कि नहीं, आई विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट वैलिडिटी. डाउट. ये सागरिका सिंह भी बोल रहे हैं आई विल डाउट. आई एम नॉट सेइंग इट इज ए स्प्राइट और वट एवर थिंग इज देयर. ऋषुराज बोल रहे हैं कि इट कैन बी ए स्प्राइट ऑल्सो. वट आई एम सेइंग यू हैव टू, जितना पूछ रहा उतना ही जवाब दो ना. स्प्राइट की जगह पे और तो कुछ लिख सकते हो. तुमने स्प्राइट लिखा, कोई और भी लिख सकता है. Will you accept it is water undoubtedly? Will you accept it is water basically? Will you accept your knowledge is valid from its very beginning? One group may say yes, valid from its very beginning. It means you have accepted Mimamsa philosophy. All our knowledge is valid from its very beginning. Valid, true. We not only find knowledge, but we find its validity also. It is true from the very beginning. Intrinsic validity, Mimamsa. Second most important, no. Very beginning, validity is not decided. After practical experience, we decide if successful activity is going on. Successful activity means if it will quench my thirst, then I will accept it is water. First group, valid. Second group, after successful activity, I will accept. You will use the term successful activity. You have just got knowledge of water. But first group will accept, yes, it is certainly water. Second group may say, no, I will not accept it. First of all, I will take it. And after successful activity, if practical verification, I will accept this one. Now, सारे लोग बोलो. सागरिका सिंह बोल रहे हैं कि डाउट करेंगे. फर्स्ट ग्रुप विकास कुमार यादव, yes, not accepting validity, I will doubt. Anish Kumar, without drinking, it cannot be. Yes, Rishuraj. मनीष कुमार बोल रहे हैं कि वैलिड फ्रॉम इट्स वेरी बिगिनिंग. आई विल एक्सेप्ट इट एज वाटर. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी भी डाउट करेंगे. आई विल डाउट. ऋषुराज. वाटर फ्रॉम वेरी बिगिनिंग. आयुष गौतम. रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी सेकेंड ग्रुप. और कौन कौन से ग्रुप में? कोई तो ग्रुप को ऑप्ट करो. यू आर बाउंड टू एक्सेप्ट इधर इन फेवर और अगेंस्ट. इधर एक्सेप्ट इज वाटर और डाउट. ज्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ ना. आयुष गौतम. Yes, Rishuraj. No, sir, I will not accept it as water without drinking it. ओके, और कहाँ गए हो? Most of you are experience holder. Most of you are aware with this fact that in the same form there can be other liquid also. सबको अनुभव है ना, एक दो इनोसेंट टाइप का, उसने देखा कहेगा नहीं जल ही होगा, वाटर ही होगा ये, एक्सेप्टेड इट्स वैलिड फ्रॉम वेरी बिगिनिंग, वन और टू ऑफ देम, टू ऑफ ऑल ग्रुप में एक दो ने माना यस इट इज वाटर एंड इट्स वैलिड फ्रॉम वेरी बिगिनिंग, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव एक्सेप्टेड यस, after practical verification I will accept. You are doubting, मोस्ट ऑफ यू एक्सपीरियंस कि इन द सेम फॉर्म में दूसरा लिक्विड भी होता है, कई लोगों ने वो सेवन भी किया होगा, तो मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर एक्सपीरियंस होल्डर। ये सुनो अग्रसर राज सब जानता है कि हो सकता है इस फॉर्म में कुछ और भी होता है, कुछ और भी चीजें होती है ना इसी फॉर्म में, इन द सेम फॉर्म। ये सुनो सो फार यू विल नॉट टेक इट अनएबल टू डिसाइड इट्स वाटर और समथिंग एल्स, स्प्राइट और मे बी सम अदर थिंग्स ऑल्सो, मे बी। Yes or no, Risturaj? Most of you have. Yes, Bodhkaj also looks like the same. देखो कितना एक्सपीरियंस इसको अच्छा है ऋषुराज। What I am saying, you have a lot of experience, even Bodhka, very good. But no need to write in examination hall, ऋषुराज। बहुत अच्छा लिख के कितना खुश होगा कि बोधका हैज ऑल्सो, बोधका ऑल्सो लुक्स द सेम। कितना लिख के खुश होगा ये, मैंने बोधका याद कर लिया है। और याद आ गया तो हो सकता है कि जस्ट आफ्टर 9:30 स्टार्ट, पॉसिबल हो सकता है ऋषुराज। ये सोनो इसको पता है, बोध का भी याद है इसको, रशियन ब्रांड भी, वेरी गुड। आफ्टर एक्सप्लोरिंग एक्सपीरियंस, वेरी गुड। मोस्ट ऑफ यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस होल्डर, but quite aware with this fact. Yes or no? To see, देखो अकॉर्डिंग टू नैयायिकाज have accepted स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद, intrinsic validity of knowledge. When knower finds knowledge of any object, that knowledge is valid from its very beginning. We do not find mere knowledge, we not find mere knowledge, we not only find mere knowledge, but we find knowledge along with its validity. Knowledge along with its validity. And that's why they have supported स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद. मीमांसका have supported स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद. What is स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद? स्वतः means intrinsic, प्रमाण्यवाद means validity. स्वतः प्रमाणवाद, मीमांसकाज have accepted स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद, intrinsic validity of knowledge. According to them, when knower finds knowledge of an object, that knowledge is valid from its very beginning. We find knowledge not mere knowledge, but we find knowledge along with its validity. Knowledge arises along with its validity. It means that for validity, external elements are not required. External conditions are not required. All our knowledge is valid from its very beginning. Validity of knowledge doesn't depend on anything else. This is the theory known as स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद. Yes. ऋषुराज बोल रहा है तो कितना ये स्मार्ट है। नहीं सर, नीतीश कुमार हैज बैंड, कितना इनोसेंट बन गया है कि नीतीश कुमार हैज बैंड। तो नीतीश कुमार ने बिहार में बैन किया है ना, कि बिहार से बाहर निकलने को बैन किया है। देखो ऋषुराज का कितना ये थोड़ा सेंसिटिव टाइप का बच्चा होगा, अभी इनोसेंट होगा, या तो रियल में इनोसेंट होगा या बहुत तेज होगा। ये सी हाउ ये अपना क्लैरिफिकेशन दे रहा है, सर आई एम इन बिहार एंड नीतीश कुमार हैज बैंड wine in Bihar. I have not used the term wine, but you have saying like that. Yes or no? Risudaj, देखो अपना clarification दे रहा है. It means कि certainly something else. That's why giving clarification. नहीं सर, नीतीश कुमार ने बैन किया है। बैन बिहार में ना किया है कि यूपी में किया है? आदमी तो जा ही सकता है ना यूपी और अदर स्टेट्स। गुजरात में बैन है, राजस्थान में थोड़ी बैन है। बिल्कुल रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी, बिल्कुल सही बोले हो, ये होगा बहुत होशियार। बिल्कुल, देखो रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी, लॉट ऑफ नॉलेज यू हैव, वेरी गुड। महाराष्ट्र में वाइन इज इन सुपर मार्केट। अब कितना दिमाग काम कर रहा है, अभी तो समझ में नहीं आ रहा था रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी को, ये अभी बोल रहे थे रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी अनएबल टू रिकॉल, ए लॉट ऑफ टेंशन और लाइक दैट। एंड सेकेंड साइड सी कितना फास्ट है रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी। महाराष्ट्र में वाइन इज इन सुपर मार्केट, ये सारा नॉलेज है इनको, मस्ट बी अवेयर, ए लॉट ऑफ नॉलेज ही हैज और सी हैज। ये सुनो, महाराष्ट्र में वाइन सुपर मार्केट में है, देखो कितना नॉलेज है। एंड सेकेंड साइड, ए लॉट ऑफ टेंशन, अनएबल टू रिकॉल, यही रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी ने सवाल पूछा था। एंड अदर साइड, इट सीम्स एज कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन, व्हाई यू हैव सच काइंड ऑफ नॉलेज इन योर माइंड। यस, कोई बात नहीं, ज्यादा मत लिखो। ओके, गुड। नाउ देखो कितनी बार स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद पे सवाल पूछा, देखो ये लाइन से सवाल देख लो, देखो मीमांसा में अगेन एंड अगेन। सेल्फ वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज, सेल्फ मीन्स इंट्रिंसिक वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज। सी, स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद सेकेंड टाइम, स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद थर्ड टाइम, स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद इंट्रिंसिक वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज फोर्थ टाइम, स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद पांचवी बार फिफ्थ टाइम, छठी बार देख लो इंट्रिंसिक वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज, इंट्रिंसिक वैलिडिटी स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद, अगेन स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद सातवीं बार, और देख लो 7 बार, ये 8वीं बार देखो स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद, ये 8 बार 8 टाइम्स। यूपीएससी में देख लो, लाइन देख लो ना, इतना वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक, एंड नाउ वी आर इन दैट टॉपिक, मस्ट बी अवेयर। हियर ऑल्सो authority, establish the authority of Vedic knowledge. Authority of Vedic knowledge is valid from very beginning. Vedas are valid from very beginning. They are intrinsically valid. स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद क्लियर 19 में मिल गया, 18 में मिल गया, 18 में मिल गया स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद, 18 में मिला, 17 में मिला प्रमाण्यवाद अकॉर्डिंग टू मीमांसकाज। Validity of knowledge, explain the theory of validity of knowledge, how validity of knowledge decided from the very beginning, स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद is accepted by them। 17, 18, 19, 20 लाइन से सवाल है, ये देखो फिर से देखो अगेन, न्याय मीमांसा डिबेट ऑन प्रमाण्यवाद, तो मीमांसा इंट्रिंसिक वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज, न्याय एक्सट्रिंसिक वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज, स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद। फिर देख लो यहाँ पे, या फिर देखो 11, फिर प्रमाण्यवाद, प्रमाण्यवाद हाउ वैलिडिटी ऑफ ए स्टेटमेंट इज डिसाइडेड फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगिनिंग, वन ग्रुप हैज सेड नॉट, लेटर ऑन, प्रमाण्यवाद वंस अगेन, इतना इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है, वंस अगेन प्रमाण्यवाद, हियर प्रमाण्यवाद 11, 12। अब देखो 11 से देखो, 11 यहां से शुरुआत करो, 11, 12, 13, 12, 12 में 2 क्वेश्चन है, नहीं 12 में एक है, 12, 13, 13, 15, 17, 18, 19, 21 में है क्या सब? इसको 100% कर लो, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग को कर लो, मैं उसको एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूं एक बार में, हमेशा के लिए समझ लोगे नहीं है, प्रमाण्यवाद पे नहीं। नाउ सी व्हाट इज स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद। स्वतः प्रमाण्यवाद इज सपोर्टेड बाय मीमांसकाज रिगार्डिंग वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज। According to Mimamskas, when knower finds knowledge of an object, that knowledge is valid from its very beginning. Knowledge arises along with its validity. We find knowledge not mere knowledge, but always along with its validity. It means कि validity of knowledge is not dependent on other things or later on. All our knowledge is valid from its very beginning, and that's why their theory is known as Swatah Pramanyavad, intrinsic validity of knowledge. 7-8 lines complete. Arguments in favor of that complete. हो गया clear? रिमझिम चतुर्वेदी, ये मत बोलो हमें न्यूज़पेपर से नॉलेज मिला है. Why you are collecting such kind of knowledge? न्यूज़पेपर में तो बहुत सारा नॉलेज है, इसका मतलब बहुत सब नॉलेज दिमाग में रखोगे. व्हाट इज रिलेवेंट, व्हाट इज नेसेसरी, देन यू विल रिमेंबर दोज थिंग्स. ये नॉलेज जल्दी याद होता है, पढ़ते ही याद हो गया कि सुपर मार्केट में अवेलेबल है. क्लियर? फर्स्ट पॉइंट क्लियर. नाउ सेकेंड ग्रुप हियर. देखो ये स्ट्रक्चर जो बनेगा ऐसे बनेगा. एक पेज का स्ट्रक्चर बना लो, ऐसे बनाओगे. एक ग्रुप इधर ले जाओगे, हियर स्वतः अप्रमाण्यवाद, इंट्रिंसिक इनवैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज, सपोर्टेड बाय बुद्धिज्म. Buddhism has supported intrinsic invalidity of knowledge. Here we write few words. Here we have written this Mimamsa's thought, Mimamsa. Here Buddhism. Here, just below this, knowledge. Very beginning, all our knowledge, very beginning. Neutral. Neutral होता है. Neutral means neither valid nor invalid. All our knowledge is neutral knowledge in the very beginning. Beginning. It is said by Naiyayikas. Very beginning. Very beginning it is neutral in nature. Neutral होता है. ध्यान रखना. Very beginning. Neutral. Neither valid nor invalid. After getting knowledge, we act. After getting knowledge, we act. मान लो आपको, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, you are getting knowledge this is water, but neither you are accepting this one is water nor you are denying this is water. You are accepting it's neutral. Right now unable to say anything. It is neither you are accepting nor you are denying. आपने कहा कि नहीं मैं तो पहले आऊंगा, देखूंगा, पानी ये पीऊंगा, अगर प्यास बुझेगी तो मानेंगे वाटर था, अगर दूसरा चीज होगा तो आई विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट. So you are neither accepting it is water, not you are outrightly denying it is water. You are accepting this one is neutral. I can't say anything outrightly it is water or not. This group invalid from the very beginning. एक ग्रुप कहेगा no, all our knowledge is invalid from the very beginning. Invalid ही होता है. Intrinsic invalidity. Very beginning invalidity. Very beginning. All our knowledge invalid. Knowledge arises along with its invalidity. Said by Buddhism. स्वतः अप्रमाण्यवाद. ये स्वतः प्रमाण्य है. वैलिडिटी, इनवैलिडिटी, अप्रमाण्य. Now here, now you act. Now in act, two types of things are possible. If you are going to act, must be aware. Either fruitful activity will happen, fruitful activity, or unsuccessful activity. Fruitful activity or successful activity. Successful activity or fruitful activity. If successful activity is going on, then validity of knowledge is decided. Validity of knowledge is decided. And if unsuccessful activity is going on, then invalidity of knowledge will be decided. Invalidity of knowledge. Now see, according to Naiyayikas, Nyaya philosophers, when knower finds knowledge of an object, that knowledge is neutral in nature in its very beginning. Knowledge in the very beginning neither valid nor invalid. After getting knowledge, we act. And if in act successful activity is going on, then validity of that knowledge is decided. Yes, it was water. Validity of that knowledge is decided. इसके नीचे में लिखोगे. Now this fruitful activity or successful activity is different from object. Different from object. Different from object. or other than object. Later on it is decided, other than object. That's why this theory is called Paratah Pramanyavad. Paratah Pramanyavad. Paratah Pramanyavad means extrinsic validity of knowledge. See, when we'll use the term Paratah, Paratah means दूसरों पर, dependent on others, later on, बाद में, later on, or dependent on others, then we use the term Paratah. Paratah मतलब दूसरों पर. If wealth is dependent on others, तो यहाँ others है, successful activities other than object. Later on wealth is decided. Later on in wealth is decided. So since wealth of knowledge is decided other than object, different from object, that's why this theory is known as Paratah Pramanyavad, or extrinsic wealth of knowledge. And if in act unsuccessful activity is going on, then invalidity of knowledge decided. This unsuccessful activity is other than object, different from object. Later on it is decided. Later on it is invalid. It is later on it is dead, not from the very beginning. That's why this theory is called invalidity of knowledge. That's why this theory is called Paratah Apramanyavad, extrinsic invalidity of knowledge. Paratah Apramanyavad, extrinsic invalidity of knowledge. This one you have to write here. Extrinsic invalidity of knowledge. So Mimamska have accepted this one. Buddhists have accepted this one. Naiyayikas have accepted this too. Nyaya. This one basically. अभी बाद में सब डिसीजन लेना, पहले अभी देखो इट क्लियर और नॉट, देन यू विल टेक डिसीजन. मिडिल पाथ है कि कौन सा पाथ है. एक्सट्रीम कंडीशन इन वन सेंस, वेरी बिगिनिंग ऑथेंटिक. नाउ सी, नो अलग से नोट करोगे. मीमांसा जब एक्सेप्टेड स्वतः परमान्यवाद एंड परतः अपरमान्यवाद. नैयायिका जब एक्सेप्टेड परतः परमान्यवाद एंड परतः अपरमान्यवाद. परमान मीन्स वैलिडिटी, अपरमान मीन्स इनवैलिडिटी. परतः मीन्स एक्सट्रिंसिक, स्वतः मीन्स इंट्रिंसिक. सांख्य फिलोसफी स्वतः परमान्यवाद एंड स्वतः अपरमान्यवाद. एंड बुद्धिस्ट फिलोसफी स्वतः अपरमान्यवाद एंड परतः परमान्यवाद. रटो इसको. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक. If you will find out 2-3 topics in Indian philosophy really complex, it is one of them. नोट करोगे, पहले अलग से नोट करो. स्वतः means intrinsic. परतः means extrinsic, other than object. Pramanya means validity. Apramanya means invalidity. इस चारों को ब्लॉक बना के नोट करो पहले. स्वतः means intrinsic, very beginning, on the basis of object itself. Paratah, extrinsic, later on, dependent on others. Pramanya, validity. अपरमान्य, invalidity. किसी को जज करना हो ना तो अभी उसका वीडियो देख लो, बाद में तो ये वीडियो सब आ ही जाता है, तब समझ में आएगा ये ऐसे टॉपिक्स में क्या स्थिति है लोगों की. क्लियर. मीमांसा जब एक्सेप्टेड स्वतः परमान्यवाद एंड परतः परमान्यवाद. आप याद कर सकते हो सप्पा. And Nyaya philosophy you can remember Pappa, PPPA. पप्पा मीन्स परतः परमान्यवाद, परतः परमान्यवाद। सप्पा मीन्स स्वतः परमान्यवाद एंड परतः परमान्यवाद। नहीं तो इसी में घूमते रह जाओगे। यही दोनों मेन है। डिबेट इन्हीं के बीच में, मीमांसा वर्सेस न्याय। मीमांसा वर्सेस न्याय, मस्ट बी अवेयर। यू कैन साइडलाइन बुद्धिज्म एंड सांख्य, बट जस्ट सपोर्ट में लिख सकते हो, अदरवाइज हटा दोगे। फॉर द लास्ट 30-40 years only they have asked questions from मीमांसा and न्याय। And regarding मीमांसा and न्याय, one thing is different. परतः परमान्यवाद both places. मीमांसा is accepted स्वतः परमान्यवाद, valid from very beginning, and here validity is dependent on extraneous condition other than object, परतः परमान्यवाद. This one is a matter of debate in Indian tradition. मीमांसा स्वतः परमान्यवाद, न्यायिका परतः परमान्यवाद। हमेशा इसी पे सवाल मिलेगा। मस्ट बी अवेयर, यू हैव टू गिव स्पेशल एम्फेसिस ऑन दिस वन एंड दैट वन। परतः परमान्यवाद हो गया ना यहाँ पे, परतः परमान्यवाद पीपी, ये परतः परमान्यवाद। सी परतः में अप्रमाण मीन्स इनवैलिडिटी। इनवैलिडिटी is decided later on. See, when we find knowledge according to Nyaya, this knowledge is very beginning neutral, neither valid nor invalid. After getting knowledge, we act. And if in activity, unsuccessful activity is going on, unsuccessful activities, it means its invalidity is decided. Unsuccessful हो गए, so invalidity of that knowledge decided. So this unsuccessful activities other than object. This unsuccessful activity is other than object, different from object. It is decided later on, this invalidity. So here invalidity is decided later on the basis of some other things, on the basis of unsuccessful activities. That's why it is called extrinsic invalidity of extrinsic invalidity. Invalidity is decided not from very beginning but later on the basis of some other things. That's why parata apramannevad. And here invalidity is decided from the very beginning. So swatah apramannevad. All our knowledge is invalid from its very beginning. According to Buddhism, all our knowledge is invalid. According to whom? Buddhism. Swatah apramannevad is accepted by Buddhism. Swatah apramannevad and paratah pramannevad. मीमांसा जब एक्सेप्टेड स्वतः परमान्यवाद एंड परतः परमान्यवाद। न्यायिका जब एक्सेप्टेड दिस टू। अभी तो पढ़ लो, पहले कंक्लूड तो बाद में करोगे, पहले इतना तो समझ लो। कंक्लूड तो बाद में करोगे ना, पहले तो समझ तो लो। अपने से पढ़ते तब लिमिटेशन समझ में आता। इट्स ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक। जो बीपीएससी देख रहा हो, यूपीएससी और आईएएस, टीचर इसमें जज कर लेगा आपका क्या कैलिबर है फिलॉसफी में, इंडियन फिलॉसफी में। कैलिबर चेक होता है इसमें। एक जगह गलत करोगे ना, पूरा आपका थॉट प्रोसेस गलत हो जाए। एंड आफ्टर हैविंग गुड कमांड ओनली यू कैन राइट ऑल योर लाइन्स करेक्ट। अदरवाइज ठीक से नहीं समझो तो गलत करोगे ही करोगे। certainly will do something wrong somewhere. किसको सपोर्ट करेंगे? आई विल डिस्कस किसको सपोर्ट करेंगे, पहले समझो चारों को एंड इवन सी देयर लिमिटेशंस। इज इट क्लियर? सी मीमांसा फिलोसफर हैव सेड मीमांसा एक्सपेक्टेड स्वतः परमान्यवाद एंड परतः परमान्यवाद। नाउ सी हाउ। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फर्स्ट पार्ट को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं। मीमांसा स्वतः परमान्यवाद। स्वतः मीन्स इंट्रिंसिक, परमान्य मीन्स वैलिडिटी, एंड एक्सट्रिंसिक इनवैलिडिटी। सी वन बाय वन। Regarding validity of knowledge, Mimamskas have supported Swatah Parmanyavad and Parta Aparmanyavad. According to Mimamskas, when knower finds knowledge of an object, that knowledge is very beginning valid. Knowledge arises along with its validity. We not mere find knowledge, but we find knowledge along with its validity in the very beginning. Validity of knowledge doesn't depend on any external condition, extraneous object, not later on. Very beginning, validity is decided. That's why their theory is known as Swatah Parmanyavad or intrinsic validity of knowledge. First part clear. But after getting knowledge, now get knowledge मिल गया. After getting knowledge, when we act, यहाँ पे आ जाओगे. When we act, and if unsuccessful activity is going on, then invalidity of knowledge is decided. Since unsuccessful activities other than object, later on it is decided. That's what is called extrinsic invalidity of knowledge. Extrinsic invalidity is decided. Overall मीमांसा philosophy clear. न्याय philosophy, परतः प्रमाण्यवाद and परतः प्रमाणवाद. Extrinsic validity, extrinsic invalidity. Nyaya philosophers have supported Paratah Pramanyavad and Paratah Pramanyavad. According to them, when no one finds knowledge of an object, that knowledge is neutral in very beginning. That knowledge is neither valid nor invalid. After getting knowledge, we act. And if successful activity is going on, then validity of knowledge is decided. This successful activity is other than object, different from object, later on. That's why it is called Paratah Pramanyavad. Paratah validity decided later on the basis of some extraneous condition, other than object. On the basis of fruitful activities, you are deciding validity. Here, from the object itself, validity of knowledge decided in the very beginning. No need to take help of others. Here, valid knowledge is valid. Through objects, we not only find knowledge, but through object itself, we find validity of that knowledge. Here, you are getting mere knowledge, neutral knowledge. After activity, successful activity, we are deciding validity. So different from object, you are deciding validity. That's why Paratah Pramanyavad. And if you are going to act and unsuccessful activity is going on, then invalidity of knowledge is decided. Unsuccessful activities other than object, not from the object itself, other than object, later on. That's why it is called Paratah Pramanyavad. So Nayayika have accepted Paratah Pramanyavad and Paratah Pramanyavad. PPPA. Buddhist accepted this one and that one. This one and that one. And Sankhya have accepted this one and this one. Swatah Pramanya and Swatah Apramanya. तो ये ऑर्डिनरी है, इसमें बुद्धि ज्यादा दिमाग मत लगाना. बुद्धिज्म और इसमें उड़ा देंगे साइड में. इसको देखो, मीमांसा and न्याय. बोलो पहले, इज इट क्लियर? बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग है, दिमाग लगाओ. दो घंटा कम से कम पढ़ना अभी, तब जाकर 4 घंटा भी पढ़ के, अगर 8 घंटा पढ़ के टॉपिक समझ में आ गया तो समझ में आ गया. कितनी फ्रीक्वेंसी है, लगातार 5 ईयर 5 ईयर्स कंटिन्यूअसली दे आर आस्किंग क्वेश्चन. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट पार्ट, दैट इज वैलिडिटी ऑफ नॉलेज. एक बार फिर से बोलना, कल फिर से इसको क्लियर करेंगे. एक बार पढ़ो तो, मैं तो चाहता हूं पढ़ो. नहीं पढ़ोगे तो सागरिका सिंह, बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग है. मत लिखो कंफ्यूजन, सब दूसरे के लिए यूज करो, अपने लिए मत करो. नो नीड टू यूज सच काइंड ऑफ वर्ड्स. मतलब कहीं प्रॉब्लम किसको नहीं होता है, बट व्हाई यू आर यूजिंग सच काइंड ऑफ वर्ड्स? व्हाई? तब ये सब प्रॉब्लम जो होता है ना, सब साइकोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट है. वंस यू विल एक्सेप्ट वेरी कंफ्यूजिंग, यू विल, आपका इंटरेस्ट घट जाएगा. यू हैव नॉट फोकस्ड प्रॉपरली, दैट्स व्हाई यू आर सेइंग लाइक दैट. एक्सेप्ट. वंस अगेन यू विल गो थ्रू. सारी चीजें एक बार में थोड़ी हो जाती हैं. कभी कभी समटाइम्स यू विल फाइंड सम टॉपिक्स लाइक दैट वेयर ट्वाइस, थ्राइस, 4 times you have to go through. Then you will able to, yes, now everything is clear. Such kind of effort required in some topics. It is one of them. मैंने बोला ना किसी टीचर को चेक करना हो तो ऐसे टॉपिक में चेक करो, लेवल देखो उसका, वो पढ़ाता है कि भागता है. नाउ सी, मैं न्याय को एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूं, टेकिंग हेल्प ऑफ दिस वन. न्याय फिलॉसफी. न्याय फिलॉसफी सारे लोग बोलो. न्याय फिलॉसफी किसको एक्सेप्ट करता है? सारे लोग बोलो. न्याय फिलॉसफी. न्याय परतः परमान्यवाद एंड परतः अप्रमाण्यवाद. extrinsic validity of knowledge and also extrinsic invalidity of knowledge. Invalidity भी decided होती है on extraneous condition, extrinsic invalidity of knowledge. Now see, imagine you have accepted Nyaya philosophy. Clear? You have accepted Nyaya philosophy. You have accepted regarding validity of knowledge, you have accepted Paratah Pramanyavad and Paratah Apramanyavad. Extrinsic validity and extrinsic invalidity, both accepted. Now, here, now see here. Papa, very good. Vikas Kumar Yadav. PPPA. Paratah Pramanyavad, Paratah Apramanyavad. Easy to remember forever. और सप्पा हो गया न्याय, सप्पा हो गया मीमांसा. SPPA स्वतः परमान्यवाद, परतः परमान्य. कभी गलती नहीं करोगे ये अगर याद कर लिया ऐसे तो. नहीं तो इसी में तो कई लोग गलत करते हैं. पप्पा हो गया और सप्पा हो गया. वेरी गुड. नाउ सी, you are Nayaic. Accepted yourself, except for few minutes, you are Nayaic philosopher. You have accepted Nayayika's views. You are supporting Parta Praman and Parta Praman. You are knower. This one is knowable. Now you are getting knowledge. You are getting knowledge. This is water. Water in glass. You are getting knowledge. But you are neither accepting this as valid nor you are denying it is invalid. Neither you have accepted it is certainly water, not you are outrightly denying it is not water. अगर आप you are accepting certainly it is water, it means कि मीमांसा. And if you are certainly denying yes not water, it means Buddhism. Invalid from the very beginning. Neither valid nor invalid. Now it's a neutral knowledge. अभी confirm नहीं हुआ, ना तो confirm हुआ ना deny हुआ. It's water. You are just getting knowledge. Water in glass. Yes. And now you are coming here. Imagine. Think, imagine karo, now you are coming close to the table here and now you are taking it. After getting knowledge, this is water in glass. Now you are going to act. आप act करते हो, इसके बाद activity करते हो. And in activity, if successful activity, successful or fruitful activity means if water is going to quench your thirst, आपकी प्यास बुझा दे. Yes, you can say yes, valid. What मतलब जो water in glass जो हमने जाना था, the knowledge was valid. Validity of knowledge is decided. So how validity of this knowledge is decided? Water in glass. Not from the very beginning. On the basis of successful activities, you become able to justify. Finally, you have proved, yes, it is water. Not from very beginning. On which ground? On the basis of successful activities. Successful activities not from the very beginning. After getting knowledge, now you are going to act. And if successful activity, water is going to quench your thirst, now you are going to say, yes, it is valid. It is certainly water. So, padatha means extraneous conditions, later on, other than object. So, your validity of knowledge of water is not decided from the very beginning. It is decided later on the basis of some other things. That's why extrinsic validity of knowledge. Padatha Pramanyavad. And now see, after getting knowledge, you are going to act. You are going to act. And if in activity, unsuccessful activity, आप इसको लेते हो तो लगता है कि वोदका है. Now once you are start to take it, you are thinking it's a vodka or a Sprite or something else. So now कहोगे no, जो मैंने देखा था वो water नहीं था. You will say invalidity of your knowledge will be invalid. Now your knowledge will become invalid. Invalidity of knowledge will be decided. How invalidity of knowledge is decided? Unsuccessful activities. Not from the very beginning, later on the basis of unsuccessful activities. Unsuccessful activity is a kind of other than object, extraneous condition. It means कि परतः, बाद में, पर मतलब दूसरों पर. So invalidity is decided on the basis of some other things, for example, unsuccessful activities. That's why paratah apramanyavad is accepted by अगर सफल हो गए तो परता परमान्यवाद, मतलब वैलिडिटी एंड इनवैलिडिटी बोथ आर डिसाइडेड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ अदर देन ऑब्जेक्ट, later on extraneous condition, that's why परता परमान्यवाद एंड परता परमान्यवाद. now बोलो न्याय क्लियर. पहले उसका बेस तो खत्म समझ में आ जाए, बाद में उसका रिफ्यूटेशन समझ में आ जाएगा. इज इट क्लियर? आज ही पढ़ लेना इसको ठीक से. वन ऑफ द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट टॉपिक इन इंडियन ट्रेडिशन, इंडियन फिलोसफी. पहले बोलो सारे लोग. ये सब मत यूज करो शब्द को, कंफ्यूजन कंफ्यूजन, ये सब बेकार के शब्द है. नेवर यूज फॉर योर सेल्फ. मैं 10 चीज पढ़ाता हूं, कभी कभी हो सकता है कोई एक दो चीज में एक बार में याद ना हो, समझ में ना, अगेन सेकेंड अटेम्प्ट थर्ड अटेम्प्ट कैसे बाहर होगा. yes, later on the basis of experience, but not from the very beginning. Later on you are getting experience, practical verification, experience. Now you are getting experience, and if you are getting you are getting, you have got knowledge, there is water in glass, but आपका experience prove कर रहा है कि no, ये तो water नहीं, ये तो Sprite है. Practical verification, so practical verification not from the very beginning, later on, other than object, परता परमान्यवाद, परता परमान्यवाद. क्लियर? अखिलेश यादव, ये अखिलेश भी बोल दिए, अखिलेश बोल दिया इसका मतलब बात मान लो. अखिलेश यादव. ओके, नाउ टुमारो विल सी द रिमेनिंग पार्ट्स. इसको पढ़ लेना ठीक से. अरे पहले अलग अलग समझ तो लो सागरिका सिंह. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड अदर separately, then once you will accept understand separately, then able to connect it also. हमने केवल न्याय को समझा दिया, कल मीमांसा को फिर से एक बार समझा देंगे. जस्ट गो थ्रू दैट वन माइन्यूटली. यू हैव नाउ प्रिंटेड नोट्स, गो थ्रू दैट वन. टुमारो आई विल डिस्कस परता of मीमांसा's thought, and then theory of error I will start. Thank you. Tomorrow I will discuss remaining parts. Clear.